The topics and opinions expressed on the following show are solely those of the hosts and their guests and not those of W4WN Radio, its employees, or affiliates. We make no recommendations or endorsements for radio show programs, services, or products mentioned on air or on our web. No liability, explicit or implied, shall be extended to W4WN Radio, its employees, or affiliates. Any questions or comments should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for choosing W4WN Radio.
Get ready to be amazed. Get ready to know things that nobody could know. Get ready for Transformational Tuesday with America's original radio psychic, Dr. Linda Salvin, featuring television star, naturopath, and educator Sharyn Wynters, creator of Healthy Living the Winter's Way, in conversation with expert guests and alternative healing methods with products, solutions, and supplements for nutrition, physical activity, and the latest thinking on lowering the risks of disease and improving your health and well-being. For nearly 30 years as a syndicated talk show host and metaphysical clinician, Dr. Linda has helped thousands of people worldwide solve problems on the air and in person with her insights and solutions. So pull up a chair, turn it up, and get ready for a visit with the one and only Dr. Linda. And now, live from Los Angeles, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Linda Salvin.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. It's Transformational Tuesday, and I have a show today along with Sharyn Wynters. She's just having a few difficulties getting on here, but she'll be here in a moment. We're going to be discussing oats, oatmeal, oat milk, oats, and quinoa. Everybody thinks it's all healthy food. You don't understand that it causes leaky gut health issues. It's full of glyphosates, and it's not one of the healthiest foods on the planet, even though it's touted as a very healthy food, especially for trainers. It is not healthy. Let's bring Sharyn on. We're going to talk about how unhealthy oats are, oatmeal, quinoa. They all think it's great. Hey, Sharyn, how you doing?
I'm doing good now that I got on. That was a little tricky.
Yeah, I sent the link. Sometimes that happens because it triples up in the thread. But first of all, Sharyn had a premiere of her new movie the other night at the, it's not even the Mans. I don't know what they're calling it, but the Chinese Theater in Hollywood. We had a good time. It was a funny movie.
Chinese Grauman Theater. It's
not Grauman's and it's not Mans. It's some TLC or something. It's some different company now, but it's what we grew up with knowing. Did you have fun?
I did. I had a great time. It was nice to get see the cast and the crew and it's been a long time, so it was a fun night.
Yeah, it was a big party, and you look beautiful. But today we're going to go back out of the glamour of Hollywood into switch gears from health to actress, from actress back to human, because we both have a passion for health and well-being and natural remedies, which is what we discuss on the show here to help you become a healthier person. But the controversy about oats and oat milk is that even though it's a healthy carb and it's high in fiber, it's also loaded with glyphosates, which is what we've been talking about for several weeks, which is the weed killer, which is part of the herbicide, which is damage to your gut. And when you have damage to your gut, you're more at risk to disease. And when you're more at risk for disease, you don't feel well, you got brain fog or constipation or low energy or a number of other symptoms. And a lot of people and a lot of doctors are not trained or educated to look at the conditions of the gut. And that's where most disease starts. So we tackled that here on this show to give you the awareness and education that there are solutions and there are some amazing products on the market. And we've tried them all. We've narrowed it down to 2 companies that we know will heal you. So do you eat oatmeal? You eat quinoa? Do you?
Do I?
Sharyn? Yeah.
No, I know the dangers, and I just pulled something up. Where is it? From 100% of oat products tested positive for glyphosate.
Oh, geez. That's why I wanted to talk about that today. Yeah, 100%.
Even organic, and testing by Friends of the Earth, that's the FOE, 100% of oat cereal samples tested positive for residue of glyphosate. It's the active, as we know, it's the active ingredient in Roundup. And it's just incredible of the companies, even organic. We're talking organic, and it's
Nothing's really organic anymore.
no. Well, what we're putting in our body is 100% organic.
We'll get to that in a moment, but the average consumer out there, regardless of what video you watch, I was watching one very upsetting yesterday where they have the tractors with the great big sprays going up and down the aisles of the fields, knowing that it's spraying all the fruits and vegetables that are, quote, organic to start with all the pesticides to keep the bugs away. Or now, as we talked about last week, the Appeal Sciences is supposed to be a protection for the organic fruits and vegetables to elongate their shelf life, but it still has toxic elements to poison the body.
And people, they do their oatmeal in the morning, and they think they're doing a good thing, and it causes digestive issues, and it's because of the glyphosate. And so examples of foods with detectable levels of glyphosate include Quaker oats, dinosaur eggs, instant oatmeal, Cheerio cereal. How many kids are eating Cheerios? Nature Valley's granola bars, Quaker steel cut oats, and Back to Nature classic granola. Out of 16 organic cat foods tested, 15 had glyphosate in it. And I'm sure it's in our dog food and all of that. We also have products for dogs and cats. Glyphosate. What was that?
It's my phone ringing. I'm turning it off. Go ahead.
So it's not just humans. It's our animals that are why they're getting cancer so young and early is because of this glyphosate. It's in their food. It's
in the food. It's in the air. It's in the clothing. It's in our perfume. It's in our toothpaste. It's in our detergent. It's everywhere. Yeah. But if we're going to, besides inhaling it or absorbing it on the skin, once we're ingesting it and getting it really into our body, where are we going to go? So Sharyn and I, well, thanks to Sharyn, because she introduced it to me, there are two product lines or two companies out there that are fabulous. I have a picture of the DNA chart that I have uploaded to the system here. So there's my DNA map, people. That's from me swabbing my cheeks, sending 2 swabs to the lab, which is HIPAA compliant, private. It has nothing to do with government, ancestry, and any of that stuff, 23andMe. That's not this. This is a private health product company. Once they analyzed my DNA, you see the 2 red dots. The 2 red dots mean I inherited those genes from both sides of my family. The yellow I got from one side of the family, my mom or dad, and then the green I was born with. Thank you. We can take that off, Rebel. And what that shows are 18 genes which the computer has analyzed on my body. Sharyn's chart is totally different. Yours will be totally different because we're not each other. But the beauty is you get a customized clinical dose nutritional product based on your genetic makeup that you can take I take it in powder form twice a day. And literally, I've seen my blood panels change and improve over the last couple of years. My fatty lipids, my cholesterol, my A1C, my blood pressure's changed. It's internal. Some people have external.
That's because this is we're dealing with epigenetics, and epigenetics is, we can't change our DNA, but we can change what we're predisposed to. And your DNA is like a gun, and what pulls the trigger is the environment. And by environment, it's everything that we're putting in, on, and around our body. So just because you have the first one we test for is the ATP gene, which is your cholesterol. And let's say you have a green, which means that you didn't inherit it from
either parent,
your parent. But if you eat a lot of trans fats and you don't take care of yourself, doesn't mean you're not going to have high cholesterol. And the same is on the other side. Just because you have a red marker, meaning that you got it from both parents, but you eat healthy and you've changed your lifestyle and you take care of yourself, doesn't mean that you're going to have high cholesterol. you're not predisposed to. But the beauty about the formula is it looks at that.
Risk.
For instance, the first gene, science tells us that we need green tea extract, grape skin extract, pomegranate extract, and I think garlic extract. And depending on whether they're called SNPs, single nucleotide polymorphisms, depending on whether it's a green, yellow, or red, meaning you don't have it from either parent, you have it from one parent, or you have it from both parents, is the clinical dose of those nutrients that they're going to give you for that SNP. And it's incredible. And it's over 100 different nutrients put together based on your healthy aging report.
Which is, again, as a result of doing the swabs in a very little container, going back to the lab, and then they analyze it. And there's no identification of who you are other than a barcode. All you are is a barcode in the system. It's all protected. But the beauty is, after about 3 or 4 months on this a few years ago, I started to feel cleaner. I started to feel higher, more energy. I was sleeping better, and cravings. A lot of cravings started to shift. I've spoken about this. I no longer crave caffeine because there is a caffeine gene, which I had no idea about. And that's just one of the things. I mean, I've been off sugar 14 years, so I don't crave sugar anymore because that's an addictive drug in itself. But if you want to get healthier because you want to elongate your life, it starts with nutrition. Whether, autistic children benefit with nutritional products and the right food, all the way down to, well, of course, obesity, diabetes, heart disease, cardiovascular. It runs in my family. That's what the red dots are. And I had a heart condition and had it worked on in 2002, but I inherited that. But I take care of myself now. The option is up to you. The responsibility is up to you. All Sharyn and I can do is educate you and offer you an opportunity to explore products. That's just one company where we do the DNA research. You get almost 100 pages in your computer of a breakdown of all the genes for your wellness, your skin, the right type of sports for your body, and of course the what's the other one? It's weight, skin, wellness, and sports. Pardon?
They have a special right now. You're getting all 4 reports for the price of one.
Yeah, which we paid $700 several years ago. Now it's like $100 for everything.
Healthy aging. It's $199. Healthy aging, weight hormonal, skin, and sports fitness. And
you get all the documents in your back office, the dashboard. We teach you which products you need. I don't care. I mean, they just came out with a coffee that is also good for your brain because it kept the berry from the coffee bean, because the coffee beans come from a berry tree, which I never really knew, but they've come out with something new. But the main product on this list in this company is the DNA nutrition. What Sharyn found, and she would test other products for her patients and clients, as would I, to help you become more whole and more integrated and healthier. She found another company, which we've had a woman by the name of Carolina on the line, and we talk about gut detox. We talk about the glyphosates. We talk about how to sleep better, but a superfood that we drink. So why don't you talk about that?
So it is a 90-day protocol, and the issue is we're being poisoned. I mean, there's nothing.
Yeah.
Last week we talked about appeal, that they're spraying it on all our organic fruits and vegetables in this country. In Europe and in UK, they're spraying it on hard things like avocados, bananas, pineapples, and melons, and then you can peel it off. But in this country, it's on everything, tomatoes and lettuce and spinach.
And it doesn't wash off.
And it's systemic. It doesn't wash off. And they're spraying it on our organic fruits and vegetables. And still, the FDA said you can still call it organic. This is disgraceful. And I don't understand why there are companies and people aren't up in arms about this. This is disgusting. It's serious, and everybody's getting it. Our poor children. What we are leaving for our children is just so sad today. It's incredible, and you can't stay away from these things.
That's why we're suggesting you take these products to cleanse and protect your body. Country. Every day you ask this question and we've got the product for you. Just get involved, take responsibility, call Sharyn off the air or me, and we'll help you. It's pennies compared to what your health is.
There's a 90-day protocol that I have all my clients on. I had 2 clients that just left that I put them on. It's called the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation. It's 5 different products. They all do different things. The first thing is we take their specific amino acids that are already pre-digested. It gets into your muscles in 23 minutes, 99.9% absorbable, which is incredible. Because if you eat, a salmon and it says 20 grams of protein, how much of that are you absorbing and how long does it take? Whereas this is 99.9% absorbable, and it gets into your muscles in 23 minutes.
And I feel it. You feel the energy, people. You feel it like within a half hour. Or if you go to the gym and take it afterwards, like some people do, you get that hit of knowing that your muscles, not only are you going through recovery from the training, but you're feeling the burn. You're feeling energy. You are.
And you can build muscle without even working out with these things. My muscle mass has changed. It's incredible. So that's product number 1. And then, and you want to take it first thing in the morning because we lose muscle mass while we're sleeping. Mm-hmm. And you can take it even if you are doing a fast because it doesn't go through the digestive system. It was developed by Dr. Luca, who was treating cancer patients with stomach cancer that were in comas, and there were muscles were wasting away, and they still use it in hospitals. It's a medical grade amino acid. It's pretty impressive, and 5 tablets is equivalent to 20 grams of protein, and you want to do that twice a day. And then you take the green drink, and it's a power shake, and it has superfoods in it: spirulina, chlorella, wheatgrass, and greens that help you to not only get rid of heavy metals, but nourish your body. So it's high nutrient dense foods with low calories. It's only 120 of calories per serving.
Yeah, 2 scoops and some water. And they give you the blender and you blend it on your own, and it can be, Sharyn's probably going to show it right now. Do you have your blender there? And you start drinking it, and you start to feel the magic of the nutrients. You're not going to be as hungry.
Everything we put into our body is a frequency. Everything has an energy. It's the highest frequency food that you can put into your body. Totally organic. Every single ingredient and how it's grown and where it's grown, and it's a whole thing.
Well, they even come in foil packages and not plastic. They have gone to the point where we're not even using plastic containers that most companies still use, right? They've gone one step further to keep us from the exposure of the absorption of the plastic into the nutrition. They're very, very cautious.
We are 99% plastic-free company. By the end of the year, we'll be 100%. And it comes in packages that is made of hemp, bamboo, and tree sap. And after you're finished, if you have a garden, you can compost it, and it will disintegrate in supposedly in 5 days.
And recycle it.
Yeah, they tested the soil, and actually the soil from using that is more nourishing than the other regular soil. It's pretty incredible. And with that, you want to take this one capsule, and this capsule is the number 1 product in the world. Third-party study that gets rid of glyphosate, 78.5% in 60 days. You're never going to get rid of 100% of glyphosate because we get it.
As soon as you detox, you're eating something else that's coming back. But the beauty is you get rid of the majority of it so you can balance and be at a lower risk of any type of a disease, right?
Right. So you do that twice a day. You want to do that twice a day. So you take your aminos, your superpower shake, and you take your
and these are called biome, people. These are called the biome, and it's just a capsule. I take 2 a day. You're up to 4 a day, I believe.
I take 2 a day, but if I go out and I'll have, if I shoot or food, right? And I know I'll double up because I don't. I want to keep my body as pure as possible, which is pretty impossible to do in today's world. And then at night, you take sour tart cherry. There are these sour tart cherries that come from Italy. This is incredible. Sour tart cherries is probably the only thing that they know of that can rebuild the melatonin in your body. It's the only thing. And most people are melatonin deficient because they take melatonin. And when you start taking melatonin, it depletes your own body of melatonin. It also repairs the serotonin in your body. And the serotonin in your body is known as the happy hormone. And it gets created in your gut. But because the glyphosate's destroyed your gut, we don't have any. The number one drug in this country,
antidepressants.
Exactly. And we live in a society that's sad. It's interesting. We eat the standard American diet that causes the standard American disease, and we go to the standard American doctor who gives us the standard American drugs, and then we can have the standard American death because SAD. It's sad. Because doctors only drug and cut, most of them. They don't understand preventative. They don't understand nutrition. There's no money in it for them. So they're not going to they don't understand the value of food. But we don't even have food today, because when I was born, a cup of spinach had 1,200 milligrams of iron. Today it has 2, and I'd have to eat 600 more cups of spinach to get the same nutrient value as when I was born.
No, it's all smoke and mirrors today. People don't realize that the industries out there. When I was watching this,
I want to just finish that, and there's one more product, which is a very important product. And
the one to get rid of the parasites.
And all this information is coming out now that parasites cause cancer. Hello, I've been saying that for 20 years. Let's get rid of the parasites. And it's incredible. And it's got the best ingredients in there to get rid of parasites. You do it for 10 days, you're off for 20, and then you take it for another 10, because those parasites have lay
eggs, and you got to keep recycling. So people, it's not just a 90-day program. There's the little blender that they send you. Show that for a second. And she's drinking the berry juice today instead of the green.
No, I've got a combo in there. I've got stuff for my heart, nitric oxide. I've got the greens, and I also have something in there for nitric oxide and for collagen, and also for collagen.
I put everything. I have to say, I had my DNA evaluated by this company. It was spot on at 61 years younger. It has put me on a wellness responsibility path. Yes, Gina was at the convention at the beginning back in 2020 when we first started. So Gina and I have become friends as a result of this. Thanks for tuning in today, Gina. I talked to Johnny. He's coming on Thursday's show, which we'll talk to you about after this show. But yeah, your body will change. It's not going to be you start on Thursday, you're better by Sunday. People, nothing's an overnight fix. But if you surrender and you take on the process and the willingness to improve your health and your well-being, Gina's 61, I'm turning 70 in like 2 months. And I want to stay healthy. I want to feel young. I want to keep going. And I know I look better and feel better than a lot of people my age, that I see people younger than me that look haggard. And why? Because their gut health is out of balance, or they're depressed because they've got too many chemicals in their body, or they've given up. And you don't have to give up. You just got to keep going. And we're in very trying times right now. Yeah. There's a spiritual war.
The food we eat, the water we drink.
There's a war there on life. It really is.
Right. The air is polluted. I mean, it's so sad what we've done and what we're leaving to our children. That's why
man kills with technology. We're our worst enemy, because the planet God gave us natural foods and greens and herbs and everything to keep us healthy. And then as soon as a lot of people discovered the natural aspects, they're gone, or it's outlawed or whatever. But you can still get certain products to help you today. And I urge you to contact Sharyn off the air. Why don't you give out your email address for them if they decide to, there's your cat, to decide to really jump on board and understand this. I've got a guy in New York who's now on day 11, and he's like, wow, he can't believe in just 11 days he's already feeling it. And then my friend up north, Gary, who you helped, he's probably in 6-7 weeks now, and he just got into his second batch, and he wants to know, well, what's after this? I said, you pick the flavors, like there's the caramel apple for the fiber, or there's the berry, or there's 25 different products.
They all do different things.
But they all taste good, and they all get you healthy.
You need to get on the basics, but
you got to start the first 90 days.
I really believe this is God's food. This is how God created with good
natural
nutrition, natural with the water that they use doesn't have fluoride in it. It's the purest food you can put into your body. And everything is a frequency and everything is a vibration. And when you start putting in a high frequency food, the lower frequency foods leave you. It's like I hear all the time, I usually like to have, dessert. I don't have a desire. That's Franny.
Hi, Franny. She's gone. Okay.
She's right here.
I see her. I had 5 cats. I'm done with cats for a while, but I miss my animals. I just can't do it right now. But the frequency on a psychic level, on a physical level, on a spiritual level, on a mental level, on an emotional level, we're all energy. Life is energy. We don't see it as energy. We don't understand calories are energy. We don't understand working out creates more energy, and muscle mass is a part of, you're using your energy and building more muscle to make you leaner. You can weigh the same, but if you're working out or building muscles, your body's going to look different, more firm, but the weight may not change, but your body mass is healthier. And that's what we're about. And not just with the muscle mass and your healthiness, but who wants diabetes? Who wants dementia? Who wants leaky gut? Who wants constipation or diarrhea? Or who wants to have heart disease or needing, I can't say you won't get a heart attack. I can't say you won't die, but you'll certainly be healthier and lower at risk from anything, whether it's gut, health, blood, bones, everything changes.
And most of these diseases that you mentioned, Linda, they're all
in the gut.
They're all nutritional related.
They are, because I was talking to somebody yesterday about diabetes, and once he changed his nutritional input and got rid of all the chocolate and the carbs and the, as we say in Jewish, the chazarai, the garbage food.
I haven't heard that word in a long time.
Because you're not. Grew up with chazarai. I hear it from my mother. Stop eating all the chazarai. We grew up with chazarai.
Right.
I grew up around Yiddish. My grandmother was from Poland, and my mom and grandmother would talk Yiddish. I had no idea till this day what they used to talk about. I think I learned 3 words and all that. But I don't know how else to define junk food, because just like you named off at the beginning of the show, what are supposed to be health bars, what are supposed to be energy bars, you're eating glyphosates, people, with oats or syrup or fructose or whatever else is on that label. If you really read the label, you show me where there's actually a healthy nutritional product. Oh, it's only 2 grams of sugar. I can have that. Well, you got sorbitol, or you got some type of dextrol or whatever they're putting in there. That's not healthy. It's all chemicals or fake sugars with the oats that have been sprayed with the glyphosates that are being ingested by your body, even though you think, oh, you're being nice and giving our kids healthy bars. Nope.
Put this in your body for 90 days. That's why they call it the ultimate lifestyle transformation. And you know what? If you don't like it, in 60 days, you can send it back and you get your money back. I don't have anybody that's ever done that.
I fought, if you remember, I was like, okay, one more time, I'll try what she says. And then I thought,
Linda was
first 30 days.
Nothing works. And I was it 2 weeks later?
No, it was probably into the second month.
It's 2 months. 2 months later. Oh,
I feel so good.
God.
Yeah, and I feel better. I just took the 5 aminos today. I took 2 of my of the biomes, which I'll take 2 more tonight.
And that's by the way, not only does it get rid of glyphosate, it's a pre and post biotic. Did you know that?
No. So the gut, explain to that, because people buy, and there's 1,000 products for prebiotics and probiotics. Everybody thinks you need this to go to the bathroom and that to hold your gut. But this is putting it all together so that your intestinal
totally heals
system.
the gut. It heals the gut while it's getting rid of the glyphosate.
And the gut, people, isn't just the bowels, the colon. It's your
The
stomach.
little guys that have been dead, man, start waking up and they go, "Hey, let me help. Let me work. Let me work."
You got the intestines, upper and lower intestines. You got your stomach. You got the liver, kidney, spleen, bladder, pancreas. You got all this stuff going on that works to eliminate all the negative pieces that go through us, whether it's the fat, whether it's the glyphosates, whether it's chewing up and digesting your food so that you can pass things properly. We get clogged up because half of it's chemical and we can't digest. The different organs can't do their job. The prebiotic helps, the probiotic helps. And like Sharyn just said, you take the biome and you're going to start flowing more comfortably. You really are. But then you add the fiber.
So
it all works together. It's a system.
You're building your muscles and aminos. You're
sleeping. Your circadian links are different.
Body. You're getting rid of the glyphosate. You've got a pre and postbiotic. You're putting in massive amounts of antioxidants while you're repairing your melatonin and your serotonin, and you're getting rid of parasites. It's a total program. All these people, I'm on a cleanse. Well, you're destroying your muscle mass being on a cleanse. Where you're getting your nourishment. We all, Ann Wigmore, who was one of my mentors, who this protocol is kind of after, was designed because the owner of this company studied under her as well. She said, in order to bring your body back to health, you need to detox and cleanse every day. You need to nourish every day. And you need to repair every day.
And most people don't understand that. And the average person, if anything like me, as a rule, I'll start 3 or 4 days. I'm tired. I get lazy. I forget. I make an excuse or whatever, and I procrastinate. There's something with this. I just have my little counter filled with my nutritional bottles, and I have a little routine. Take this, take that, blend this, drink that, goodbye. It takes all of a minute and a half. It's no big deal out of your day, people, to take care of you. Sharyn, repeat the SAD statement again. So we have the standard American diet.
Standard American diet causes the sad American diseases. So you go to the standard
doctor
who gives you the standard American drugs so that you can have the standard American death.
It's the cycle. And the average person is in the standard mode of life because they don't want to.
American diet creates standard American diseases.
Whose birthday is it?
Whose birthday?
Yes, Gina, it is worth every penny. And that Gina's actually talking about the DNA nutrition.
Because the medical profession only cuts and drugs. That's what they do. You have an issue. Well, we're either going to give you a drug for it or we're going to have to cut it out. But they don't.
And most doctors today are on such a schedule with insurance, they can't even give you 5 minutes of their time to get into anything other than let me take a chart, let me weigh you, let me check your blood pressure, stick out your tongue. Oh, you've got this. Goodbye. You don't get the communication.
They treat the symptom.
We do the cause.
To the source.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Which is why I do metaphysical healing and Sharyn does naturopathic. It's very similar. I go deep in the body and I heal people, and we both educate people, and we both enlighten people. And Sharyn comes from having been a cancer survivor, and I come from having near-death experiences and a background in epidemiology, which is the big word today due to the pandemic. Back in the 70s, nobody knew what epidemiology was, let alone how to spell it. But it's an evolved science of studying about epidemics, and this is an epidemic. Food disease, foodborne epidemics is a disease. Food addiction is a disease. Chemical addiction is a disease, and there's chemicals in the food. Why do you think if you go to a fast food joint or in a drive-through that maybe 1 or 2 hamburgers isn't enough? Why? The buns have sugar. The fries are in grease with sugar, and you're craving because you're not getting nutrition. You're not eating to feel full. They're keeping you saturated for about 20 minutes and you're hungry again.
If you had any idea what's in that fast food, you would just shudder.
All the pink stuff. Well, yeah, I can't say on the show what I just read the other day that's way off guard, which could be true, but I don't what McDonald's really stands for, and I don't know if I want to go there. But It's scary. Yeah, it can taste good for 5 minutes and then the next day you feel horrible or you want more. Why is it that some people who crave lunch or dinner and then all of a sudden they're hungry again because there's no nutritional value, but there's sugar and empty calories? People, you want to feel full. You don't have to eat your way through life. You can eat to live and live to eat. And I've done both because I'm a product of society. What Sharyn and I are talking about here is how you can become more sustainable to yourself with sustainable nutrition to balance you with nutritional minerals and vitamins.
Most people starve themselves to fatness. This is eat your way to thinness. It really is. When you start putting nourishment in your body will change. And people, don't understand. Everybody's is now on this incredible harmful drug called Ozempic.
But they got so thin. They lost 40, 70 pounds. Don't they look terrific while their stomach's freezing?
Yeah.
Now they got lawsuits from frozen stomach and other side effects, right?
Sharyn
Osborne.
Is that her last
40 pounds down, but now she was sick as a dog, puking, diarrhea, and now she stopped. She got too thin, but she got thin. Is it worth it?
Well, it makes you sick, and it's first of all, it's a drug. It doesn't treat why are you heavy in the first place? There's only two reasons why somebody's overweight. One is their metabolism isn't functioning correctly, and all overweight people are malnourished, meaning their body is starving. We're starving because there's no more nutrients in our food. And what happens when you go on a diet is you starve your body even more. You lose water, lean tissue, and you start storing fat cells. Those fat cells that you store multiply when you go off the diet.
Yeah, look it up.
If you've lost 15 to 20 pounds, you gain back 20 to 25 pounds, and it becomes progressively harder to lose weight. So with this, you start putting these nutrients in your body, and it's fat rid, not weight loss. So you don't get flabby, you get lean muscle tissue. It's incredible. It's really incredible.
Well, the shots, all the different companies, Wegovy and Ozempic and all this, they're making millions of dollars. Everybody's running to it. Then you're getting the class of people that are finding after time that things in their body aren't working the same. It may be right for the disease of diabetes, but then they found the side effect would be weight loss. So let's jump on the bag. And even Oprah started with Weight Watchers. They got their own line. It's all out there, but it's probably like with Monsanto, or DuPont or any of those that have these multi-million-dollar lawsuits against their chemicals. It's no big deal for the percentage of lawsuits versus the profit overall, right? So they're not going to care if they're hurting people's stomachs and intestinal movements. I was at a dress store a couple of weeks ago, and a girl said, she said she wished she was as thin as me. She's almost there. And I'm like, I wish I was 30 pounds thinner. We always look at the next person to compare who we think we're supposed to look like versus who we are. She says, well, I'm on this drug that would probably help you. And I'm like, don't tell me that you're on the shot. She goes, yeah, I lost 75 pounds. I said, well, are you also aware of the freezing stomach? She goes, well, that's kind of odd you'd say that. I said, why? She goes, well, I have had stomach issues and I've been able to go to the bathroom. I'm like, really?
It's interesting. I guess I've been very blessed to have cancer at a very young age because
you got it over with.
No, it woke me up.
That's true.
When I was 25. So it really woke me up. And I really look at my body as my temple. God created this, and I want to respect it as much as possible. So I only want to put as many good things into my body as I possibly can. I don't want chemicals and drugs. By the time we're 45 years old, there people are on one medication. By the time they're 65, 9 out of 10 people are on some kind of medication. I had to go, I don't know, 6 months ago for, I forget what kind of test, broken knee or something. I don't remember. And the thing was, you didn't fill this paperwork out. What's the medication you take? I go, I don't take any medication.
Yeah, they look at you like you're crazy.
They go, how old are you? And I told them, I said, No, I don't take, you don't take any medication? They've never seen that.
They don't understand that you can live without being medicated.
Right. You don't take any harm? No, I don't take anything from no, I don't take any of that. I don't do any of that.
And if you talk about nutrition, I look at it like, what? That's boring.
Take care of my body, because all we have is our health. Without that, we're done.
But I've always said that without health, you have no life.
It costs a lot of money to when you have an illness to go alternative, because the medical modality doesn't pay for any of that. It doesn't pay for sometimes they'll pay for chiropractic. Sometimes it'll pay for acupuncture.
They don't want you well. They don't want you healthy. It puts everybody out of business. If you cured cancer, then what happens to the oncologists and the chemo and the nurses and the suppliers and the distributors and the tanks and the bags? It's all part of business.
Right. Exactly.
When we went through lockdown a few years ago, I was reading the number one doctor to be at the top of the list now is an oncologist, because the rate of cancer has skyrocketed and is going to continue to skyrocket.
Well, it's called turbo cancer, and
that's the new one.
That's the new one, and people are getting colon cancer,
tumors everywhere in the body they've never seen, and coming out at a rate they never expected.
And it's because of which we're not going to talk about. But the thing. You got to be careful of certain things out there, especially what goes into your body. But if you have things that you don't want in your the what? The job.
Yeah, when we're going through job. If you want to get rid of some of the schmutz, that's another word. Schmutz is garbage. It's negativity. If you want to get rid of the schmutz in your body, you want to start drinking the drink that Sharyn's drinking. You want to start taking the DNA nutrition, customized and clinically dosed for you. You want to drink the berry or the green. Or I throw fruit in it. Sometimes I'll put spinach in it. Sometimes I'll put some natural sweetener or vanilla or something, and I'll doctor it up, or put blueberries.
My Ayurvedic friend, she does the vanilla chai. So I have an Ayurvedic naturopathic doctor friend, and she does the vanilla chai, and she puts a half an avocado in it.
I put avocados smooth.
She says, and she gives it to her clients. They go, "Oh, I want that. I want that."
Yeah, it's good. It's sweet, but it's filling. The thing that they're missing is that it's filling, and you're not going to feel hungry where you have to go grazing.
Doing nutrient-dense foods with low calories.
2 months.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right, Gina. You put out that DNA. Let's see that again, Rebel. Let's put the DNA print out, because everybody's is different, but I just wanted to show the sample. You can't really read what all genes mean, but there's the SOD2 gene.
ABOB, that's your cholesterol. The next one's your ATP. That's your mitochondria. I can't read it, actually.
I can't. It's too small. But the SOD2 gene is cancer, Parkinson's, neurological disorders. The red is usually cardiovascular, depression. I come from a family with 3 suicides, so I got the red dot because both sides of my family had a lot of depression and heart disease. It will give you a map of visual of what you inherited from both sides of the family, so that you can take the proper steps to improve your health. And you don't have to do anything, because they will customize the dosage for you in a little container. And instead of going to the market or to the big box stores and buying 20, 30 bottles of things that you think you need without knowing how much you need, they do it for you. Keep it simple, people. Get healthy. And that's what Transformational Tuesday is all about, to transform your belief system to improve your own health. Because as we age, as we know what's going on in society, it's always been toxic. There's always been war. There's always been chemicals. It's not new. It's just getting worse. So we as humans, as we evolve, we want to take better care of ourselves as long as we can. Yeah. What about the threat? Maybe you know this, Sharyn. There's threats out there that a lot of the nutritional supplements are going to be recalled off the shelves in stores. Are you aware of what they're saying about that?
They've been saying that for 50 years.
I don't think they will. I don't think so. But then if they do, there's still private companies that you can still choose to participate with. So
with the company, it's food. There's no isolated chemicals in it, and your body's meant to eat food. Your body's meant to eat an orange. When you isolate a vitamin from its whole food form, it becomes nothing more than an isolated chemical, like vitamin C, from an orange tree. God made orange trees. He didn't make vitamin C trees. So when you put an isolated chemical in your body, whether it's a nutrient, your body actually has to work harder to break it down to its molecular structure. All these nutrients are food. They're herbs. They're
vitamins, minerals, herbs, fruits and vegetables. It's all combined in a powdered form. You take 2 scoops, you mix it up with water, milk, coffee, tea, whatever you want as a liquid, and you start drinking it. Doctor it up like she was just saying. If it's vanilla and you put an avocado, just make a smoothie. But your digestion is going to thank you. Just like I thank you for turning me onto it, and I'm going to thank you for getting into it. People, please contact Sharyn or me. I'm sorry.
When you find something you love, you're obligated to share it. That's an Asian philosophy.
It is. Yeah, that's the passion we have in trying to help you understand. And you've got the passion to listen, but you got to take the passion for yourself to get off your butt and call one of us, because I know some of you watch us every week, but nobody's contacted to say, I want it. Why? What are you afraid of? Oh, it's not too expensive. I hear that all the time. Oh, it's too expensive. How much is it to go to the grocery store? How much are you spending at fast foods? How much are you spending on cigarettes?
You actually save
money. It's only what, $12 a day?
The day of those drinks is $12, and then the second month it's Ozempic drug can cause diabetes. I wouldn't doubt it. Because it's depleting certain elements in the body, especially hitting the pancreas, so that the insulin might be reversed. I would understand that. Yeah, what does a drug do? It stops your body from doing what it's supposed to do.
Well, it stops you from thinking that you're hungry. Also, when you stop the usage, the weight does come back. Of course, so some people are maintaining it. We're out of time here. We can continue this at another point, but I hope that you contact Sharyn at livinghealth24@aol.com, or me at DRLINDA, Dr. Linda and then my name, lindasalvin.com. And let us teach you. Let us sign you up. Let us get you on the bandwagon, because once we do and you start receiving the results and experiencing it, bring you on the show and you tell the audience your experience. That's what it's all about. We share with one another. Yep. So we're sharing with you to help you get
nutrition in your body.
It's the temple of your soul. Yep.
There's a bunch of healthy butts going around. I'm healthy, but I've got digestive disorders. I've got bloating.
Healthy butts. I love that. Healthy. Yeah, but.
You're not healthy. Get healthy.
Get on just excuses. Okay, no more excuses, people. We're running out of time here, and maybe in life we don't know what's ahead of us. It's kind of scary out there. But until next time, this is Dr. Linda.
Remember, tomorrow's October 4th,
and you want to hide your cell phones. You want to turn off your cell phones
and turn off your Wi-Fi
and the computers and the Wi-Fi and the router. And it's at 11:20 Pacific, 4:20 Eastern, every other hour in between. And then there's some
11, 12, 2:20 Eastern.
Yeah, and then 11:20 out here. Right, all across the country. Then there's a 29-minute.
Again, something may happen. So better to be safe than sorry.
We don't know if it's real or not. And
your routers, your cell phones, your pagers, everything.
Speaking of frequency, there's a frequency in the sound that may affect us. And we don't know what that is, but there's people saying things.
The Wi-Fi cell towers that they put up. Anyway.
We'll be here.
I hope we see you next Tuesday.
Let's get through today and then tomorrow. Thanks, everybody. This is Dr. Linda and Sharyn Wynters. She is a doctor. I don't care what they call you. You're still a doctor. Sharyn Wynters saying, see you next week. Please be careful tomorrow on Wednesday, October 4th. Take care. Love you, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us. We hope you enjoyed Transformational Tuesday. You can reach Dr. Linda at 888-509-1077 or at lindasalvin.com. And Sharyn Wynters at www.wintersway.com. That's Winters with a Y. Or email livinghealth24@aol.com. Need a breakthrough of your own? Ready for answers or insights nobody else has? Reserve your own one-on-one in-person chat. Dr. Linda isn't just for other people. Dr. Linda gets results for you. And it's easy. Contact details are on screen now. Just click on lindasalvin.com or call toll-free 888-509-1077. That's lindasalvin.com or toll-free at 888-509-1077.